Greetings, everyone. Hello, this is Chloe, and I'm participating in Ethony's 31 Days of Tarot, and I think I'm doing day 26. Yes. That would be what has been the best piece of advice you have been given about working with the tarot. And I saw a couple, and then I thought I should just stop, and because I had a couple thoughts that hit me at the same time. And the one thing that I'm pretty much sensing that most of us are going to say, and a few have already said, is to follow your intuition, to trust it, to, I agree. I totally agree with that. So much so that I've had a few situations where I've had people pick theme decks, and I'm thinking, oh, it's the theme. I'm getting a lot of hits that are very similar to what the theme of the deck is. Say I've had a few people get like my Oracle of the Mermaids, which is all water and kind of cool vacationy and other relationship type stuff and other things, and I've had readings where, oh, you're going traveling on water or near water, and you're going to be busy, and maybe I'll get some empathic feelings of being crowded and kind of around a lot of people a lot, and the combination. But because it's a themed deck with water in it and all the things, I'm thinking, am I really getting a hit of being on water, in water, or am I allowing the theme of the deck to influence how I think this reading's going? And again, just kind of with your intuition, trusting that. You also have to trust that maybe perhaps the person picked the theme of the deck because it coincides with something that they want some information on, say that cruise ship trip that they're going on for vacation or what have you. So I know I'm not the only one who's had this experience where the theme deck that gets picked has themes that a person, the seeker that's asking you to read, may already anticipate are coming up, and that maybe you're doubting what you're getting because it's like, well, this is the topic of the oracle, the deck. So of course I'm going to be seeing this kind of stuff, but am I really feeling it? Well, yeah. Go ahead and trust it. Again, that kind of thing. Trust your intuition. Allow what you're getting to flow, and if you're doubting it, just say, hey, I'm kind of still jiving with this theme we have here, and is this theme accurate to what you know is possibly coming up? Or say it flat out. I'm seeing you on water, traveling on water or near water. I'm feeling you crowded around lots of people and being very social and very active. Whatever it is, just go for it. Just go for those and share it. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's going to be a pretty hot topic with some of the others that I haven't seen yet. It's already been something that's been there in a few. So another one I want to bring up is basically, I know a lot of teachers and advisors and people who work in mediumship or even the tarot community and all those talk about, especially if you're combining tarot with intuitive gifts like clairsentience, clairvoyance, or whatever, any of those gifts that we can access to combine with tarot reading. And most of the time when people talk about that kind of stuff, especially like auric work, or like when you're doing healing work at the same time that you're doing a reading, one big thing, especially for empaths, they talk about is shielding. That you should be partially shielded or have a filter on or something when you're reading so that you're protected. Well, I understand why, sorry, I have to stretch my leg, why people say that, but I also have a slightly different view. I don't think you necessarily have to have shields. And I'm not saying you shouldn't. If you work well with shields and that's what you do and you get plenty of information that doesn't affect your readings or whatever, then keep doing what you're doing. But in some instances, and it's true in my instance, I find that I shouldn't even say like. What I do is I work with my allies, be they ancestral allies or kind of the animal energy I feel around me, this currents of the animal allies or spirits around me, as well as just the energy from Mother Earth, the realms. I feel that you can ask or lean on them to be kind of a filter in a way, I guess. Not necessarily a shield, but to help you have an open flow of energy or currents with the person you're reading for without shielding, but still be protected because of your allies kind of acting as the shield instead of creating a shield, an artificial shield, or a shield that you're having to affect and keep steady. Because sometimes when I'm reading for someone, I've done shielding, or I've put up something protective because I've, say, been around a lot of what some people call energy vampires all day, and I just can't take anymore. I can't take anything that they're trying to shove off onto other people instead of carrying it around, and I can't let them take any more from me. Well, when I tried to do chakra system type stuff, I found that I actually had a harder time controlling that it was more exhausting, and that the shields work really good, but in such a way that I was not picking up all the information that I felt I needed or wanted to get to have a productive reading for the person I was trying to work with. So I started instead to fall back on my more, I guess you could say, Celtic / Fae training of allowing myself to open and be a flowing current that touches and allows things to flow through without hooking, without being some kind of grabby sponge that everything can go through but gets kind of caught in. I sometimes find shields act like that, or our own auric fields act like that, like we're open but when we're grabby onto things. So my point is to learn to be open and flowing, like a rich flowing current of water in a river or creek that's really full of water, not barely trickling, not have, if you're barely trickling, if your flow is low, if your energy is not good, then you probably don't want to do this. Shielding's probably your best bet. But if you feel filled with spirit, filled with, not spirit in the sense of like, well, however you want to take that. If you feel that your energy is flowing well, that you're not tired, that you're flowing, you're in the zone, as I call it, that your currents are flowing well and you are really well balanced, then don't worry about the shielding per se. I call the allies closer. Even before I start reading, I ask for the allies to come closer and lend their wisdom and protection or whatever it is to allow me to connect well with the person or people I'm going to be flowing with to do a great reading. And when you're doing that, you need to be very, very focused, or not, that's the wrong way to put it. You need to be very aware that you want pure flowing. You don't want to be grabbing their energy for a moment long enough to read it and then imagining it passing through you and leaving you. The whole entire time, you should, it's almost like how when you're driving you kind of take in information but you're not pausing to look at everything. That wrecks your flow and steady driving, right? That's the kind of reading and information flow you need to have. That's the kind of connection you need to have. That you're connected, but that you're not allowing yourself to get stuck on the seeker, nor are you allowing their energy to get stuck to you. And now for me, it's about being in the zone of the reader, being the flow, being the current. In this sense, I'm talking more of like the current of flowing water, and imagining that the currents that we share between us as a reader and seeker is flowing like water, that it's just going to go through, that it's just going to barely brush by and not stick, and flow through and just kind of skim long enough that I get the impressions and information rather quickly and allows it to slough off or move past me and go wherever it needs to go, be it back to the person or down to Mother Earth or wherever it's going. For me, it's a flowing of energy that I don't keep. I don't keep it. It's just a touch. It's just a fast viewing of something on the screen, a fast touch and impression of emotion and physical movement that I'm not clutching, I'm not trying to grab as my own. So that, I feel, in many instances, at least for me, works better than shielding. I've actually found shielding raises the seeker's energy to shield themselves and sometimes even block a reading if they feel you have a very strong shield in place that is almost like a protective shield, which that's what shields are. but that it's like, oh, I should be shielded too. It's like an unconscious need to be protected, which is fine. But it's counterproductive sometimes when it comes to the fact that they're seeking you out for you to connect with their currents and flow with their currents so that you can share information and things that you're feeling from their currents to help them make better decisions in their lives, or have some idea if what they've been building in their actions and in their their fate to do they have it in line? Is it flowing well? Is the opportunities they think are coming up, is it flowing into that being the outcome they thought was happening, or is there a curveball coming up, you know? And if you can't not latch, but if you can't flow with their currents and read it well enough to get the information, then it's not going to be effective, right? So yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking that, no, not don't shield, but that consider that what kind of shield you're putting up. And is it giving off an energy that turns other people off, or is it more of a flowing, inviting type thing that protects you but doesn't put off a message that, oh, we should have both of us be protective, and possibly cutting off shields? And if that is a bunch of a jumble, I'm sorry. It's just an experience I've had, and I've kind of felt it and seen it with other readers, where the type of shielding they were doing actually is like blocking them from information instead of helping them be open enough to connect with others. Okay? If you've had those experiences yourself and you'd like to share, you can leave a comment. If you totally disagree with me, feel free to leave a comment. If you find it intriguing and you'd like to know how to do it, let me know if you want me to do a video on it or whatever. So, but yeah, I like being open to the natural energies around me, and I find that they can be quite helpful in helping one connect with others and yet still keeping you safe. Okay? And also knowing how to be open to others without latching on to everything that comes in your way. All right. So again, I found this question really interesting, and I'm not sure how I'm going to do the next few days. I have some problems happening here at my house, so setting up for it is going to be interesting, but yeah, I feel like this is long enough, and I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing everybody else's videos, and have a good evening. Yeah, blessings to all, and peace out.